suicide, depression, anxiety, and substance abuse, and it's disproportionate. This isn't well, everybody has that or everybody goes through that, but it's not true. You're looking at, with PTSD. If you don't know what that is, it's a reaction to experiencing trauma, where you re-experience the traumatic event when you're not in it.
Yeah.
And it's like an avoidance of remembrances or reminders of that type of experience or things similar to it.
Yeah.
Negative mood swings, and there's a change in thinking, a hypervigilance, if you will, and then hyperarousal, meaning an overreaction emotionally to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can throw in sleep disturbance and other things as well. But that's what PTSD is. It's not so much like it is in the movies where you see him grab a gun and run around and he's having a dreamscape and can't distinguish between reality and not. That's simply not the case.
Question: Is most PTSD from some type of
combat,
active service combat? Yeah.
Well, no, it's not. Well, I'd say most of the most prevalent is because it's brought to light. But there's people who survive domestic violence and murder, witness and murder and
Right.
Traumatic events where they lose limbs or go through a catastrophic event like 9/11. So no, it's not the most prevalent through combat because it's a small percentage of the overall population
Yeah.
serve in combat type situations or traumatic events occur.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, and this is one of the criteria that most evaluators, and I'm concerned with the evaluation process because they're doing a one size fits all for the treatment, and it really needs to be evaluated not just for PTSD but for traumatic brain injury. For there's possibilities that that's what's causing some of the mental health issues, and prior experience prior to combat. Here's the truth of the matter, and a lot of people, it's a secret nobody wants to talk about in that area, is that a lot of the guys that go into service aren't too stable to begin with.
Right.
A percentage,
Yeah.
and it's a good percentage.
Yeah.
And the reason they're going into the service is to kind of get their life in order,
Got it.
to go through that stuff. But they've been through
Sure.
some crap, and
I've
they're
seen that.
engaged in abuse of alcohol or drugs and so on, and they can't seem to get it together. So they go into the service hoping that that's what's going to get them right, and it does. But you've got those pre-existing conditions that aren't taken into account, which really need to be.
Yeah, an interesting stat too around